Dumb. Cool.
Weird.
Podcast. Speaking of taking a shower after we get done here, I'm going to need to do that too.
I'm going to have to do that in the morning for sure.
Oh.
Dude, I got fucking slapped up today with somebody. Fuck.
Damn.
Were you doing airsoft?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I got so many bodies today, it's not even funny. Bro, not even fucking funny. A kid come up to me and he was like, man, when I see you and your team come up, I just give up, man. I don't even want it. And I was like, dude, that's funny.
I just don't even want to try.
I know. He's like, I don't want to get shot.
Fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
Light everyone up. I don't just shoot once. I'm putting 3 to 5 in you, dude, just to make sure you call it.
Stop, I've been hurt.
Seriously, dude, it happens all the time. I'm like, you signed a waiver. You can't say shit.
One of my buddies does airsoft, and he said this one old guy who dresses all like tactical and everything got really offended that this like 14-year-old kid like lit him up and tried to start a fight with him.
It's funny.
I was like, dude, you're like a 50-year-old man. Why are you trying to beat up a 14-year-old kid?
Literally just look at him and say, you're a minor, don't talk to me, dude. Tell your dad to come catch me. Like, you're a minor. Don't talk to me.
You're going to catch some old man hands.
Like, your dad stayed for you, dude. They're always like, what? Like, yeah, I'll beat your dad up, bro. It's cool. Like, I'll do it for a hobby.
Like my whole thing that I'm gonna do when I have kids is if like my kid gets bullied, I'm gonna start bullying the bully's dad as a form of dominance.
Exactly. That's fucking hilarious.
Why are you doing this to me? Your child is bullying my child. This is the circle of life.
Learn.
Nerd.
As I hold my feet up to his bumper, pull his car out of the parking space.
Appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
That's really awesome.
Oh, yeah. Of course, bro.
But yeah, this is the Dumb, Cool, Weird podcast, and we are talking with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Cliff Jensen.
Hey. What's up, guys?
And today we're going to be talking about the adult entertainment industry from 2007, 2008 to now and how it's changed. And I'm sure Mr. Jensen here can give us some good insights on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the fucking main way. Hold on, real quick. I'm plugging in the podcast and all my social networks.
Awesome.
But the easiest, quickest thing to fucking bring to the table about porn is it used to be like a family, right? Like there was camaraderie. We would all like go out and get drinks afterwards, and like we all knew each other. And like when we were on set, we were all laughing and cutting up and stuff. And then it's just become an animal now because all the companies are trying to cut corners and cut budget. They're outsourcing a lot of the productions, and like we don't have any of that anymore. So it's a dying breed, man. Luckily for OnlyFans, it's kind of opened things up for the individual and put like individual power in the model's pocket instead of the producer and the companies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's given a lot of independence to the individual performer. But other than that, the actual porn community's kind of fallen off. There's several companies that are still respectful, and they're all part of the major umbrella of things, but it's pretty sad what I've seen in the outskirts of the porn industry, at least, and what I've heard people getting paid for shoots and what's happened on set. Just, yeah, it's not as glorified as people think it is, but it is what you make it. So.
That sounds like the military.
Yeah.
Well, my my question is do you work? Do you feel like you work as much as you did back in the day, or do you feel like it's kind of decreased a little bit?
So it all depends on like what I'm doing and what I want to do. Like I can get a lot, but honestly, there was a stage years ago where I was just busy as fuck. I actually couldn't take all the shoots, and it's just not like that anymore.
Yeah.
but I'm also getting back into the flow of it. I took a little hiatus for a few years, so
Yeah.
now, now that I'm getting back into the production side of things, it's picking back up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Have you done any of the OnlyFans stuff?
I have an OnlyFans, and it's Love Cliff Jensen. If you guys want to check it out, I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
And I do really well on that. It's not, I could do better, but it's like I said, given a sense of independence and freedom from having to take shoots with the companies.
Yeah, do you think it's like you can sustain yourself on an OnlyFans versus doing shoots throughout the year? Do you think you'd make more money if you focus mostly on an OnlyFans or if you're taking more shoots throughout the year?
So for people who aren't in porn, you have certain advantages, and you get certain doors that open for you that get shut for people in the industry. For the main reason is we're so recognizable and we bring a certain like vibe to whatever we show up at, and some people don't want that associated with their company or the business or themselves or whatever. So people who can stay under the radar and still do an OnlyFans, right? Like wear a mask or be a little covered. You have the ability to not only make a living, but to make bank. You don't have to do porn nowadays, and that's something we're seeing a lot of. People don't actually have to be a porn star to have an OnlyFans. Like you have people that are in the industry, and then you have people that dabble and take naked photos, right? And then make an OnlyFans account. It's like anyone can have an account. So I know people who just have an account that only deals with referrals, and they make mad money because when OnlyFans opened up, they referred fucking 50 people at 10% a piece, and now they just let that account sit there to generate revenue. So there's a few different angles to it, just like you see people that make money by promoting OnlyFans accounts on social networks, and you see all those things popping up. There's so many different ways that you could pull a bit of revenue with the OnlyFans. It's pretty nice, and I feel like people should take advantage of it.
Mm.
Okay.
That's good information.
That is.
You know, me and Cliff here, we've known each other a very long time. I knew him as the really funny, like awkward kid from high school who sat at the lunch table wearing yellow pants because his fucking stepmom hated him so much. He would she'd make him wear these goddamn yellow pants as punishment. And I remember the first time I ever met him, I was like, "What's up with the yellow pants?" And he was like, "My fucking stepmom."
Damn.
You didn't know I felt like that pained me, bro. I was like, you. Yeah, bro. So that's a funny story. I can't wait to tell a psychologist about it later on in life when I get bored and I go see one. So when I promote mental health all day, people please go see someone. But my stepmom was so strict that when I would get in trouble, and getting in trouble meant if I didn't make a B on a pop quiz, I had to make an 80 or higher. If I made a 78, yellow pants.
Yellow
And I would
pants.
wake up in the morning, all my clothes would be gone out of my closet. Mission impossible, this stupid lady would sneak in my room, dude, empty it. And the only thing that would be in my closet were these yellow pants, this huge t-shirt, and these basketball shoes from 3 seasons ago that I mowed the yard with for 2 summers. Them fucking atrocious shoes. Yeah, said that I got too cocky and I needed to focus on school. So to do that, she made me look like a clown. I hated it.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was it. And she acted like that shit was normal. And I'm like, bro, can we please go to like parent, like whatever therapy, and let me just drop this story on them so they can look at you. I just want that moment. I just want the therapist I want to see how they look at you when I tell them this.
Child Protective Services. My bitch of a stepmother is making me dress like a clown. What do I do? We'll be over there now. We'll be over there real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely some awkward parenting.
I remember what I told you, Nick. Dawsonville was a very weird place and very wild. Like a lot of crazy shit happened there, and this is just one of many stories. I mean, a lot of crazy shit happened in Dawsonville, dude. It's like small town. That small town is like insane.
All town. It's crazy how many variables fucking found their way into it. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Different possibilities.
So it's kind of like one of those 1980s like creepy towns that Stephen King would write about.
No, I'd say it's like Animal House meets like
Yes.
so what?
Oh no, I'm agreeing with the Animal House. I'm seeing where you're going with it.
Yeah, it's like Animal House meets like I don't know, maybe like a little bit of Boy Meets World.
Okay, so you guys had a Mr. Feeney?
We did not have a Mr. Feeney. I wish dude, if we would have had a Mr. Feeney, it would have been great. But no, we weren't that lucky.
No.
We had this guy named Mr. Brown, and he actually got in trouble many years later for sexual harassment. Apparently, do you remember that? Do you remember that guy?
I'm trying to, but I really don't.
He was the principal.
Wait, that was the person.
Yeah,
I
remember
him.
remember he had the death grip. If he came up and grabbed your back, like your
Jesus.
shoulder,
Yeah.
it fucking hurt so bad.
Jesus.
Dude, my dad taught him that fucking dumb shit. Like, it was a pressure point. He would fuck with people.
Yeah,
Him and my dad were good friends, dude. I remember exactly what you're talking about. So he got in trouble for sexual harassment?
yeah, he did.
Did he lose his...
I think he lost his credibility and all that, and he can't teach anymore. I was like, damn, dude.
I mean, that usually happens with sexual harassment.
Yeah, he fucking got me with that death grip one time, man. I was like doing something fucked up in the lunchroom. We were playing this laughing game, and I was laughing into the phone. All of a sudden, I felt like a grip, like grabbed me on the shoulder. I was like, oh! And I like went down to one knee, dude. And I felt I looked back, and it was him. And he was like, he's like, oh, you think you're funny, huh? You should really join the drama club. You're real funny. And I go, can you? I was like, can you just like let go of me, please?
Yeah, bro, that pressure sucks, dude.
Fucks you up. But
Yeah, it does.
the reason why I wanted to talk about this stuff is because back in 2010, me and my girlfriend at the time, she started getting into doing pro dom work, like professional dominatrix work, and I did a little bit of a lot of people don't know this about me. I did a little bit of sex work myself, and she was making like $2,000 to $3,000 a week doing pro dom work, and she also went on this website. I'm sure you know what this is, Cliff. Is the website's called Live Jasmine. You ever heard of it?
Yep.
She was on there, and she'd make $400 a night sometimes just camming. This is a crazy era of the internet, and
There's a few people that we knew in college too who were doing sort of the same thing.
yeah, and I was going to the clubs over here in Atlanta, and I was finding like gay guys and doing stuff too, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's going to go on YouTube, but like you got, audience can kind of, can imagine, but it's pretty wild, like how easy it was to make money back then. So imagine around like back between 2010 all the way to like 2013, you're probably killing it, right?
I had so much money coming, it was ridiculous, and I wish to God that I fucking invested it. But during that whole process, I was dealing with warrants from Florida I was on the run with, so I never had like a long-term mindset. I was always living day to day, knowing any day like Florida was gonna come fuck me.
Yeah.
And sure, one day they did, and I got jumped by a special task force and extradited.
Mm-hmm.
Find all this fucking money, and they tried to give me 9 years. I got it down to 36 months, and I did that. But because of me, when I left Florida, so all right, let me back it up a little bit. Let me give you a bit of a rundown from high school, since that's kind of how we opened up. So my senior year in high school, things got pretty physical at home. Child Protective Services got involved, and I moved to Florida. I never graduated from Dawson County High School, unfortunately. I wish I would have. But I went to Panama City Beach, Florida, which was just fucking wild, where I started just selling weed and fucking hanging out with all these gang members and running the streets and being fucking crazy. Another story, I got in some trouble, and I caught some felonies because we took some golf carts. We went on a joyride on them, and one of them belonged to the judge's golfing buddy. So they murdered me. I was the only one that was 18. Everyone else was underage, and they were like, over $2,000 motorized on wheels, Grand Theft Auto. And I'm like, what? Like, bitch, this is joyriding. But they hit me with felonies and all this stuff. So going through that whole process in Florida, house arrest, probation, violating, the whole system's just designed to flaw, and I'm not getting into that now. That's a topic for another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Florida prison system is insane. And not wanting to deal with that, I got my GED. I was in college and still on the probation, and they violated me because I failed the drug test for weed. Because I've already gotten a porn. I was flying to California every month shooting movies, and I was on set, and I was seeing weed like I've never seen before. That California shit, beautiful fucking weed. And the first few times I flew out here, I had self-control. I was chill. I didn't smoke. But fucking after the fourth, fifth time, I was like, fuck it, I'll hit the joint once. I'll hit it, right? And that's how it happens. And then sure enough, they drug tested me and I failed. So they wanted to send me to prison. And literally, I'm in my prime. All this shit's going for me. It's the last thing in the world I wanted to do. So I got a one-way ticket. I went on the run to California and kept shooting porn. Blew up in the industry. Had quite a few clients myself, people that literally paid me to like do foot worship. I would get like an hour foot massage, a good one, and get paid like $1,500, like
Nice.
straight up. Like, and I
Fetish.
had a couple hundred. I'm sorry, not a couple hundred. I had a couple people a week, all of them at least a couple hundred to into the thousands, paying me cash just for simple shit like that. Like one dude liked to just give me back massages. One dude loved to just do the foot massages. The other dude I had to kick the shit out of and step on his balls for like a little while. And he was fucking fat cash. Like I had all these things lined up. Plus I was shooting maybe 2 movies a week at 15 to 2,000 a piece. And I was just living it up. But I was living day to day, like I said, because I had that mentality with that shit hanging over my back and over my shoulder. And then they bagged me when I got extradited and I went to prison and I did the 2.5 years. I got out, and just in that amount of time when I got out, things were definitely different. The value and the quality of the sideline work, if you will, like escorting work, went to absolute shit, where people weren't paying anything, they weren't appreciative. Anybody and everybody and their brother was trying to do it. And it just saturated the market. And instead of people holding their prices at a certain point, they just kept trying to undercut one another. So it just became a gross scene. And now I just don't really deal with it anymore. But luckily, I have to. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it too. And so a lot of people that frown or look fun at sex work and everything, dude, trust me. If you've ever fucking done something with somebody you didn't fucking fully and completely enjoy because you were getting something out of it or going somewhere, you've done sex work, period. Like, you don't have to go actually sell it. You could go date somebody and do shit that you don't want to do, to go to dinner or whatever. It's like, people want to frown on this, they shouldn't, and I think it should be respected and like looked at as its own thing, but we don't got to go too into that. But yeah, that definitely was a better time. Where money was flowing and people knew what they wanted and they weren't or a bear.
Yeah, it seems like the biggest issue is the fact that everything got really saturated after you got out. Honestly, that's crazy, and you were subjected to all that shit by having to go to prison and then restart your whole life, basically.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
If you don't mind me asking, is like when you got out, was it kind of like a culture shock to you to get back in?
Utterly culture. I'm really empathic. So when you're in prison, the best way to describe like the environment is like a really stale, hostile poker room. Mm-hmm. Nobody's trying to let you know their hand. Nobody wants you to know anything. Like, they're all poker faced up, bluffed up, completely different fucking shit from what's really going on inside of them. So, but they're so withdrawn within themselves and like walled up that they don't emit any of the normal shit. Like, when you're in a prison, dude, there's no free floating thought or energy or like openness of auras. Everyone's completely shut in themselves. It's really hard to explain. You have to be kind of into that metaphysical shit to really get what I'm trying to get at.
Well,
so when I got out of prison,
oh no, I was gonna say sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what it sounds like is that everybody's just afraid to have any emotion for obvious reasons, that their emotions are gonna be weaponized against them.
Yeah, that's a good way you put it. It's the emotion that's repressed within them. So it's like, and you can't pick up or read that, and it feels weird at first, and it feels really cold. But you kind of get used to it, right? But when I got out, it was like somebody turned the static back on, bro. Like, fucking straight up white noise, like unbelievably distracting and immense like static. So my flight home, dude, I had like a fucking first class crazy ticket. My PTSD was triggered like never before in public, and I had a miserable flight, like absolutely miserable time. And it happened halfway through security too. And it was just from that moment on, I was just ruined. But I literally felt like I could read people's minds because they were so forward with their thought. Like I look at your face and I see the judgment and I see where you're looking. I know exactly what they were thinking. And fucking people, like, it doesn't matter if someone's about to stab you, they're literally looking someplace else and smiling like in prison. And when I got out, it was just everyone was so transparent with their bullshit. It was nasty. It was also took me a couple of weeks to get used to it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. That's just such a crazy experience.
Really.
So do you feel like people who are just getting started now with like OnlyFans and stuff, do you feel like it's a good idea for them to get into it, or do you think it would be a waste of their time at this point with all the amount of influx of people trying to do those sort of things?
I think you should get into it, definitely. I think you need to find something that separates you from the majority that are getting into it with you.
Mhm.
Finding your niche, your little niche, like feet or dom or submissive or ditzy or cute or gamer or, you know, athletic and whatever. Figure something out. Cook, fart up food. It doesn't matter. You can do anything. Like break muffins up with your toes. But find something and make accounts to support that. What I mean by that is whatever name you're using, that persona that you have now created, make a Twitter first, because Twitter allows nudity, and also everyone that has anything promotes it on Twitter. So make a Twitter under that name. If it's already taken, try your best to stay close to it. And then make a link tree, one of those link things, right? That you can say link in bio, and put all of your links in there. Start off with your OnlyFans, your free this, your that, whatever, your Instagram, your this, your Twitch. Link everything, help generate that traffic between your accounts, but also utilize those other platforms to direct people to your page. Another good piece of advice I have for you is if you're going to start out now, you don't have a following, you're working on your exact image and how you're honing your fucking marketing and everything and what you're going to put out there for your people while you're trying to get your target market.
Mm-hmm.
One of the pages that promotes, do some homework, get on one of the sites that have reviews on this stuff and find a promoting page, pay them $25 and get posted on their page. Test it. Don't go do the big ones, test it, right? You're going to be making money from this, so you have to pay for advertising. Any and every business that's successful pays for advertising, and their advertising budget sometimes is 50% or more of their entire budget. It's ridiculous. Companies heavily invest in getting their product in your face, and you need to do the same thing. So the only way people are going to subscribe to you is if they see you and they want you, and you put something out there that they want. So take a clip, something sexy, easy, whatever you can do, make it, edit it, get it real nice, and have it ready, because when you solicit the company to promote your page, they're going to ask you for a GIF, a clip, a couple pictures, whatever. So have your little shots ready and be ready and put your link in there and everything, and just drive traffic to your page and get them to hook on it. So whether your page is free, if your page is free, you can charge per post on your wall. If your page is not free and you charge a monthly subscription like I myself do, you can charge for private messages, but everything on your wall is open. So there's two different strategies with the page. The free page, of course, they're going to instantly subscribe to you. Then what you have to do is post enough with titles that are enticing and make them purchase a la carte.
Mm-hmm.
Or set a monthly subscription rate that you feel like is doable, and then still sell private videos, still sell private things to the individual to make that extra money, but you're going to have to entertain them with things that are on the wall.
Okay.
Or else they won't pay to subscribe, unless they're paying to subscribe just to have access to your private content, which is what you can pull once you get there.
But yeah, the best advice is just to try and network and work with other models and work with those pages too. So retweet a few other OnlyFans pages, like them, and then see they'll like DM them. You like post for post, like when you promote me, I'll promote you, which is what a lot of girls do. As you notice, if you go on any girl's Twitter that's promoting their OnlyFans, they're also promoting 25 other girls' pages. They all kind of just retweet each other. So I've never really liked that strategy because I always feel like you can direct traffic away from you just as easily as you direct it to you. So a lot of these people who post these other pages of individuals that have a lot more going for them, if you will, I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Mhm.
But the best thing is just to pay for promote. Eat it, pay a little bit of cash, PayPal them, Venmo them, whatever, and get in front of fucking 100,000 people.
All right. Yeah, that's actually a great strategy. I mean, we can kind of apply it. We've kind of applied some of that to our podcast,
Yeah.
I would say, with paying for promotion.
Yeah. It's helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out a budget every month for our, promotions and stuff too. We still haven't really figured that out yet because we're still kind of navigating that. But that's some good advice, people that are listening right now. The man, the myth, the legend, kind of giving you free advice.
Yeah.
I hope you guys take his advice to
Take
heart.
notes.
Yeah. So
Class is in session.
class is in session.
You might
bitch.
fail the test.
Yep.
Losers.
Fucking fuckers.
If you failed at everything in life, you could at least learn something now.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I bet you've done some pretty fun stuff over the years. I know we were talking one day about how some of the funniest shit you've done. I showed Nick here one of your like really funny trailers from one of your movies, and he thought it was so funny. It's the one that I was talking to you about where you're getting married and the guy like wants to do the things to you, and then your wife comes in there and goes, "Cliff, not again." Shit's,
Yeah, some of those are fucking hilarious. I'm like, really? Like this is how you envision this? But yeah. My favorite one was Lower My Tuition, which was 90% improv on my behalf.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that Lower My Tuition was a lot of fun.
There was another one we watched where you were in the bathroom doing something, and like your girlfriend's brother.
It was a girlfriend's brother comes in, and he's just like, "So let me suck your dick," and you're just like, "Fine."
Shit's so funny.
Yeah. One of the worst ones I fucking had, which was a couple years ago, they were like, all right, you got to wear these really short shorts and fucking this little shirt and whatever. You're going to be an exercise person, right? And I'm like, all right. So like, you're a personal trainer, you're going over to somebody's house, you need these stepping stools. And I'm like, all right, what type of personal training? They go, you're going to be a jazzerciser. And I'm like, oh, a what?
A what?
And they're like, you're going to jazzercise. And I was like, what the fuck is that? They're like, you've never heard of it? I'm like, the fuck is that? Like, I've heard of like Zumba and shit. What the fuck is jazzercising? And it's literally like shaking
Richard's-
your ass
it's like-
while you're stepping up and stepping down. It's just stepping.
It's like some Richard
Step up,
Simmons shit.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
I mean, if you're morbidly obese, that would, I guess, like help you.
It
The
makes
only way that would work is if it's like a 4-foot step, dude, and you're completely striding out.
Yeah.
makes me think of that movie, The Nutty Professor, when
Yep.
Richard Simmons has the cameo on the TV, and he's like, "Yes, I can," and then Sherman's like, "Yes, I can. Yes, I can." You have no idea how much we make fun of fat people all the time on the show, Cliff. It's funny.
even though my thing is BBWs.
Yeah, it's funny.
I feel it.
What do you think about the whole like body positivity, fat phobic movement?
So honestly, you should love yourself no matter what, but you should also know where you could be in life and
Yeah.
acknowledge that, not be in denial about it. So if you've let yourself slip and fall, which I have many a times, I've looked in the mirror and just, what the fuck am I done, dude? I fucking have to start all over.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm acknowledging that and stuff. I don't look in the mirror when I'm all fucked up and go, yeah, I'm a sexy bitch. No, I go, I'm fucked up. I need to get my shit together. And I think that's a problem people are having, where they're just falling into this complacent acceptance and saying, I'm beautiful, I don't care. When really you do. And we were discussing this the other day. It's like, once it starts affecting your lifestyle, it's a problem. When you can't walk up the stairs, when you can't carry the things in the house, when you can't move properly, when somebody's going to smack you with something and you can't get the fuck out of the way, it's a problem. Like, body positivity is fine. Be as big and voluptuous as you want, but have that cardio in check. Fucking eat healthy. Take proper take care of yourself, right? I mean, big is beautiful, skinny's beautiful. It's all about your character and like your energy and like what you bring to the table and shit. There's something for everybody. But I feel like you deep down, you have to know. I feel like you have to know what your body's physically capable of, and you should at least fucking acknowledge that everyone can do a little bit better. And everyone could definitely change one thing just to make their daily life a little bit better. And before you fall into that complete complacent body positive shit, you should take a long, hard look at yourself and be like, is this really what it is? Like, am I okay? Like, is this my settling point, or can I better myself? And you should stop getting lazy and falling on your back and just fucking being like, oh, this is cool, it's comfortable. Yeah, it might be comfortable until you start getting ass sores and you can't fucking do anything anymore. Like, stuff. You constantly have to set yourself in life, because the first thing we do when we get our shit together is we want to relax and fall off.
I just think it goes a little bit too far, because you got people who are like getting offended that a doctor does blood work on them, and the doctor looks at the blood work and they're like, whoa.
Well, it's like even the thing with doctors, it's like they're saying, oh, you shouldn't be allowed to ask like for my weight. It's like, well, I kind of need to ask for your weight, because if I'm going to prescribe you medication, I need to know what kind of dose I'm going to give you.
This is an issue that's happening in our society nowadays, and it's growing, and it's in several different current topics, and I'm not going to break into them. Some of them are extremely controversial right now, and they're very cancelled, if you will. But there's a level of denial across the board that's happening where people are just completely in denial, but now they're backing it up with attacking the people who are addressing whatever said denial topic is, and hunting them down. Now people are literally afraid to bring somebody's awareness in front of them. Like, you can't make somebody aware of their own shit without being canceled or attacked or fucking immediately called one thing or another. And I think it's a problem. And I really think the denial goes further, and it has a lot to do with current circumstances and everything else. But people are putting their head in the ground and fucking acting like it's completely okay. And then if you fucking come up and tap them in the ass, dude, you're getting fucked up for it. Like, it's your fault, even though they have their head in the ground and they can't fucking have any situational awareness or anything about them. Like, I don't know. It bothers me. It's something that's happening a lot. Yeah, I can't stand it.
Yeah, and especially living out there in Los Angeles, you probably deal with it a lot. You know,
it's really bad out here. And I'm seeing, even now on my Twitter this morning, somebody tried to calling me a girl, and one of my other friends in the industry said, sweetheart, not a girl, like, it's a man you're talking to. And then the guy started going in about really define what a woman is, and tried to bait my friend into something so then he could then attack him and call him transphobic. By when he defined what a vagina is, clearly he said something that was about a natural born person, and then fucking he was attacked and he had to delete his messages. And I was like, dude, don't let that person bully you into that shit. Like, it's ridiculous. But that's what's happening.
I had a friend one time, because I went over the topic of about the trans and sports thing, and I was called transphobic for it. And what happened was, I had a friend who was trans come out in my defense, and then they bullied that person because by basically saying that they're not really trans, and talking a lot of shit to them, because they agreed with my point. And this is a person who is a weightlifter, so they had
Sorry about it.
Oh no, sorry.
I lost thousands of followers over some of the posts, thousands. And I had several people that were currently transitioning or thinking about it or completely transition, like to the point where they have a complete vagina downstairs set up and everything, like they're past surgery.
Yeah.
And I had people on both sides of the fence, but I did my homework. I made a phone call. I have a personal friend that is an Olympic coach that was there at that fucking meet, saw everything happening, saw her getting booed, saw her win, saw like the whole thing. And he was like, honestly, I felt really, really, really bad for her. And he was like, I was afraid of like suicide or like something like that, because there was like, it was bad. But even he said it's like unfair. Now I called the NCAA and I found out what the requirements were for a trans individual to compete in their sport of choice. I'd like you to how much, how long of hormone therapy is required for a trans individual to compete in their sport of choice? Yes.
Well, that's really cool. Well, how much is required?
Yeah.
Only 1 year.
That's ridiculous.
It takes a minimum of 3 years to completely transition with hormone therapy. The NCAA and the whole organization set these rules up very quickly. They set them up without actually knowing the full parameters of what's happening with that individual through this transition and everything else. And they made it where it was completely unfair. The whole definition and the whole part of a sport is a game with a defined and base set of rules where every player starts off from a fair standpoint. Like no one has an advantage. Every team, everything's equal. You follow the same defined set of rules. There's an outcome and it's supposed to be fun. There's a winner, there's a loser, but it's fair. And that's the whole reason why the NBA needed to form the WNBA. And when women's baseball came out and women's basketball and everything, it was very controversial. It was very difficult. They had to have new promoters, new scouts, new everything, new coaches. They had to go pull these players out from their towns and their places, fucking build these teams. It took work. But what has come of it? So much. And I went and I posted that this whole jumping from one sport to another and competing and whatever like that is completely unfair and wrong.
Yeah.
Especially if you start off your freshman year playing as a male fucking competitor, you take the break for COVID and you come back swimming as a female and the same shit, and you go from finishing 400 and something to first.
Yeah.
There's a fucking problem.
Well,
period.
And the thing that really got me annoyed with it was the fact that we're seeing trans people going into MMA and fighting women. It's brutal. You're watching someone with male biology beating up a woman, and it's
they
like
fractured her skull.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the MMA person's
Fallon
name.
Fox.
Thank you. Fractured the fuck. It was, the pictures were gruesome.
Yeah, and
I gotta give that one credit. She had balls. She had balls to go into that ring and to fucking stand up to that, because
well, and then there was a
Jesus.
new one too.
Yeah. But again, that's what my whole angle on this is: start a trans league. Inspire more young, strong, athletic trans people to come out and to compete in their sports, to represent their culture, to represent their fucking people, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
And to fucking generate that revenue and that fame and be a first to do it and be famous as fuck and go down in history and start something for the next generations, while you're whole taking away the phobia of everything, because now people don't have an excuse to say you're not good at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you're beating people that are in the same fucking
Category.
categories. They're dealing with the same, they have gone through the same things that you've gone through. They've experienced the same things. You guys are on the same page. It's fair. And until then, they're not going to get the respect they're wanting. It's never going to completely just merge into something else. It's not going to work. You have to just acknowledge that. And so what, you want to be a woman, you're a woman. But guess what? You need to play in a trans league.
Yeah, I mean, that makes all that's something that I support. It's like, if you want to compete, create your own league. Don't infiltrate other leagues and put other people in harm's way, or do what you're doing right now is like delegitimizing the sport by being there.
And straight up, anyone who's ever taken steroids, testosterone, or had a hormone therapy can vouch that these substances you're putting in your body are extremely strong and they
Yep.
change you and they have serious effects on your chemistry or else you wouldn't fucking take it.
Yeah.
Period. So if you're severely changing your chemistry and affecting your body and everything like that, you're going to be on a different fucking baseline than anybody around you. Period. You're going to be different. Period. You're doing different things. You're reaching a similar outcome, but from a completely different path. You're different. So I don't know.
No, that makes perfect sense.
People can trip out about that, and I get called homophobic for saying you need to empower your community and come out, bring more young people out. And how's that homophobic? I'm saying fucking stand up for your own shit, but make it your own. Like,
Do something for you and not trying to infiltrate other people's things.
yeah.
I know a lot of biological women are really mad about.
I mean,
Well, that's
rightfully so.
I mean, they're rioting over here where I live. So
Here's also where I come in on this too, because it's not the trans athletes that are the problem. It's the organization and the system that has all of this set up that's the problem. And it's always been the system that's been the problem. The system's always felt this. These things are put in place for a fucking reason, not to be on all conspiracy shit or anything like that, but think about it. Like, sports is such a major distraction. When I was in prison and jail, these guys that I was in there with couldn't tell you any quarterback, any running back, any defensive tackle. I didn't care who the fuck it was and how long ago they've been retired and what team they transferred to and what fucking season through what draft. They knew everything. I was so impressed. They would sit there and fucking quiz each other and go back and forth, and they knew every fucking detail about sports. And I thought to myself, I was like, dude, if they put that passion and something into anything else, they would never be in prison. I was like, some of these are fucking brilliant, but they're heathens. And it's because the system's put in place to distract or fucking pull attention and everything in place has made these things come what they are. I deeply feel that way, or else they wouldn't pay these motherfuckers so much. That money could go other places. That's why I play sports, but I don't fucking watch and worship sports. I'll watch the game. I'll go to a game, but I'm not watching every one. It's not consuming my life like that, and it's not distracting me from what's happening around me. And I feel like that's also kind of a big problem. I feel like the organization has failed the players extremely. They failed the women on another level, and they failed the trans because they set up these rules. If they want to transition, they have every right to, and they should have everything at their disposal to be able to. Not saying it should all be free and whatnot. I'm not that type of guy, but I'm like, you should have what you want. This is America. You should be able to do it. But you should fucking be able to have a system that sets rules to be fair and not say you only need 1 year of hormone therapy. Because, if they tell you you only need to be this tall, you're going to compete. Even if you're just that tall, you don't have to be any taller. You're going to do whatever the minimum, you're going to get yourself there. And these athletes are willing to do anything to compete or get themselves there. So it's the fucking system that completely failed everyone, set up these bogus rules and allowed this to happen, and they're not being held responsible. We're too busy attacking the athletes and bitching about this and that, and then being attacked back, being called transphobic and stuff, when we all need to come together and be like, hey, NCAA, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, don't you know how this works? Don't you know how the body works? Haven't you done any homework? Why don't you have a trans person that you pay to come in and consult you on your fucking decisions and your rules? Why don't you have somebody who is transitioned and a doctor come in when you're making these rules and for them to break it down to you so you could set up something that is actually fair? But they didn't do that. They failed the players and failed everything. And like I said, the system, it always falls back on something being fucking set up wrong and it being taken advantage of or exploited or just straight out used and just not being suitable.
that's
That's actually a good point.
no, these are all very fair points. I really appreciate you going into detail about this stuff. I know how hard it is to talk about stuff like this nowadays because a lot of people, like you said, get pretty upset about, even just talking about, topics like this. It's really,
I mean, I think it's also just brutal with the thing is like how I'm saying, where I had a friend who was bullied because they came to my defense. It's like it's amazing how one community is coming out for another community, and then they belittle one of the people from the community that they're trying to defend.
Safe right now, bro. That's the crazy part. Nobody's safe, and it's ridiculous. So I called when I first made that post, and I was experiencing all this crazy ignorant backlash where people weren't even willing to open a debate and communicate with me. It was just like as soon as I put them in a corner, it was like, fucking blah, blah, blah. They would attack me and just disappear or like block me. And I called one of my friends who's currently transitioning, and they're very much in the public eye. Granted, transition's kind of been a bit private. And I was like, look, I need advice, like what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And she straight up told me, she was like, Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner has been canceled because they came out saying that the sports shit is unfair. And if they should listen to anybody, you think it'd be fucking that motherfucker who's on every Wheaties box, who has more gold medals than fucking who? Like, how many people? Like, he is the one who should have the most fucking legitimate heavy weighing opinion on this. He's trans. He's changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you saying.
Forgive me for being, no, I'm talking mostly to the listeners too, because they get really offended by this. I'm not trying to fuck that up. I'm just not politically correct.
Yeah.
She has done all of these things, competed, done all that, and came out and said this shit's not right. And then the whole community attacked her. So my friend was like, if they can't do it, just shut the fuck up. And I was like, you got a point. And they're like, what do you care? These people are dumb. They're not going to change. They're not going to whatever. They're going to use this against you. And it's sad, but the world that we're living in now is no more open debate. There's no more ability to question things. There's no more free thinking. It's literally all of those things are under attack. And it's making it where you don't talk to your neighbor. You don't express yourself. You don't fucking speak your mind. If you think about it, all of those things are literally under attack right now. And it's kind of freaking me out because it's what my family fought for. And like how my mom has fucking severe PTSD and shit. And like I do because of it. And it's just crazy to me because I thought, America would always have freedom of speech and freedom of expression and right of assembly and the right of choice. Like, as long as you're not physically hurting somebody else, you should be able to do what you want to do. But all of that's changing around us. So it's freaky because, like I said, I grew up on base, and I can't figure out what the fuck's happening, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of I guess it's kind of like kind of confuses you sometimes, huh? I get it.
It does.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
crazy.
For the future, for some of your content, how do you think the future of your content's going to be like? You think you're going to just switch to more of a producer role while, still doing content on the side, or what?
Most definitely. Shit, man. I've been trying to get you to edit some of my videos so I can up production value. I'm definitely going to be coming out with some more stuff. I've shot a bunch recently for companies that's going to be coming out, and I have a few more shoots in the works. And then I've shot a bunch of content myself. So if you want to check any of my stuff out, my OnlyFans is Love Cliff Jensen.
Yep.
My Twitter is Love Cliff Jensen as well. My Twitch is The Cliff Jensen. And my Instagram's AdamJacob89. But yeah, on all those platforms, you check. I normally post updates and links and stuff, just like I promoted this podcast on it.
Yeah,
I started following you.
Yeah, I gotta help you edit that stuff. I've been super busy lately with a lot of the stuff I've been trying to do, but I definitely got to get that done. But yeah,
I've shot really cool things, and I just have like loads of raw footage just waiting. So
that's fair. That's very fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know we talked about one day about maybe opening up a like a production company out here in Georgia at some point where you wanted to do like content and stuff and get like other creators involved, and we take up like a percentage of the profit, and they get like a percentage of the profit or something like that.
Yep.
No, it was
Yes, sir.
It was like an idea
That,
like in the works.
well, see, you're coming out here
Mm.
a few weeks, and then as soon as you go back, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. So I was thinking,
Mm.
do you want to drive? I might drive to Georgia. So do you want to ride back, or do you want to just fly?
I think I might be interested in that. That would save me a lot of money
Yeah.
on taking the plane back.
Yeah, I was thinking about just loading my Jeep up with turbo and fucking just riding out there. Because if I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna go out there for a month, and I'm gonna want to be able to go see my pops, go around. I'm not gonna rent a car. That's gonna be fucking crazy, and it'd be a lot of fun to have a Wrangler out there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool little trip because we would be coming back, and I'd actually get to see parts of the United States I've never seen before, and we could like take photos and videos and shit. That'd be fun.
So you could bring your camera and fucking document the whole fucking trip and shit. It'd be chill.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I would enjoy that. I'm
Yeah,
trying
so
to.
you were talking 28th heading back, so that's the time I'm gonna be planning on riding out. It's right around then.
Well, that's perfect. I can definitely make that work. So what I'll do is I'll get a one-way flight out there. So
Yeah, and then once we're ready, we'll just fucking ride back.
yeah, sounds like a plan. That'll
Yeah.
save me a lot of money. So
I'm so curious to see how much gas it's gonna cost. With my
Shoot.
I'm just
gallon.
I'm just curious to experience LA for the first time in my life. This is gonna be a new experience for me.
It is. It's gonna be fun. I'll show you all the chill
He's gonna
spots.
take me to Muscle Beach.
Muscle Beach, nice. I thought it was taken down actually. Like
So they closed all that shit, but I definitely don't think it's down. I think it's gotta still be there, bro.
I hope it's still there. Muscle Beach is an amazing thing.
It's a part of American
Yeah,
history.
It's America. Muscle Beach is America. It's just like guns and apple pie.
It seriously is.
Yeah, he wants to take me to the beach. I've never been on the West Coast beaches before, so I'm interested in that.
I've heard they're nice.
The water's colder there, right? The Pacific Ocean's really cold.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's diff-
Another level colder. Like not even funny. Like need a wetsuit cold.
Yeah, because we grew up in this part of the, you pay in PCB. You have the Gulf of Mexico, which is like
Warm as
pretty
fuck.
warm. So,
Straight up piss water. It's so nice.
yep, and then the Atlantic Ocean is just dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, sharks.
Sharks and
And,
shit.
And the Atlantic Ocean's meant to kill you.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I'll do that. If you want to do that, I was gonna book a flight tonight, so I'll just book a one-way flight, so that'll actually work out pretty well.
No. Definitely, and I'll just lock in my plans with everyone else back in Georgia. Make plans with my old man.
Yeah, I guess what I'll do is when I fly out, I guess I'll leave my car parked here at the.
Yeah.
Nick, I guess could you take me to the airport?
Yeah, I could do that.
Cool. I'm gonna be flying Spirit Airline, which is the cheapest shit on on the planet.
Well, I mean, what was the one where you can get your ass kicked for free?
I don't know.
Oh, it was United Airline.
Yeah.
Didn't Mike Tyson
wait.
beat the shit out of somebody?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, some guy was talking shit to Mike Tyson, and then Mike
whipped his
Tyson,
ass.
whooped his ass.
Oh yeah, no, I posted that video. It's hilarious. The guy was fucking going off, being a complete dick, and then Mike Tyson just snapped, stood up, turned around, and pushed him back in the chair, and just fucking gave him like 6 or so fucking solid right hands to this temple. The guy afterwards looked so sad, like a fucking toddler, dude, that just got put in timeout. It was hilarious.
It was, and the thing was, is I think Mike was also being polite, like telling him to just like stop.
Oh, dude, no, Mike's a fucking chill dude. If you
Yeah.
actually follow it, he eats mushrooms all the fucking time. He eats shrooms all the fucking time. He smokes all the fucking time. And when I say eat shrooms, this motherfucker shovels them in
Handsfuls.
his mouth. Yeah, he don't fuck off. He's like all muscle and all tripping balls, dude.
You know what? I don't know how you could piss a guy off who's tripping 24/7, and he gives you a good solid like couple of hits, and you have to just sit there like, man, I really fucked up.
Never in my life. But then again, you don't want to fight Mike Tyson back. Like,
Could you imagine if the guy actually hit him back? Mike Tyson actually snapped and gave him a solid 100 like hit. Like, come on.
Mike Tyson was
those
giving
were
him some
bad
baby
for Mike
taps.
Tyson. Those were definitely baby taps. He wasn't even dude. I was watching it. I critiqued that video like a fucking psychopath. Like, those are baby taps, dude.
Mike Tyson was on a really hard strain that day.
That was.
That's so funny.
Yeah, dude, he's actually like really chill though. From what I was telling you earlier today, all he does is smoke weed. I didn't know about the mushrooms, but I also knew he liked to partake in the ayahuasca toad.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
No, he's into all the mind-opening fucking shit, bro. It's really chill.
Every now and again, once you take some ayahuasca and some DMT, Joe Rogan pops up to talk between you and God.
Like,
I'm done DMT. That's
What is it?
awesome.
what is it that Duke Nukem says? Let God sort him out.
Yeah, but at least if you're lucky enough, Joe Rogan will show up and talk your way in.
You know that's my favorite video game of all time, Cliff.
Oh, dude, mine too.
Fucking love Duke Nukem.
Bubble cup.
I feel like the world or the United States needs a guy like Duke Nukem nowadays. I was telling
Yeah.
Nick that the other day. I feel like the world needs Duke Nukem right now.
My whole thing is, I think we should put everybody in the military on steroids, make them work out 4 hours a day, and just let the rest of it get figured out. I would have been happy if while I was in, if they gave me steroids.
You should be like as absolute beast as fucking possible in the military.
Well, you see that the thing was is like I was always wondering is like man, I don't understand why they're against like us taking shit like why are SARMs banned? Why don't they just give us full on D-ball and tell us like here, go work out. We want you faster, stronger, built to last longer.
Scare the fuck out of every other fucking military force in the world. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, what happened? I went through all my D-ball, sir. It's okay. We'll get you another jar.
No, it's like, what happened? I went through all my D-ball.
I don't know what to do.
Chill. It's cool.
Well, all I could think of is the officers also probably wondering if his stash of D-ball's gone now.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, wait a minute. I didn't take.
Oh, what are those? Oh, those are female military personnel. Those are women? Yes, the steroids has a very weird effect on men and women.
They're like, what's up?
What's up? You want to go home with me, pretty boy? What?
You want to come squat this 700 or should I put more on the rack? It's like, whoa.
Whoa. Buy me dinner first.
Yeah, straight up. Like, oh my God, you're in shape.
I don't remember what happened last night. She just put me over her shoulder and she said we're going on a Viking rape quest, and I didn't know what that meant until we got to her room.
So we're at the top of the hour.
Ooh.
That's what happens on this podcast. We end up like an hour goes by and we don't even realize it. But yeah, we appreciate you having you on today. And we're obviously gonna have you on in the future many times.
Yeah.
When he comes
It'll
out
become
here,
a staple.
well, when we come back out here towards the end of May, he's gonna stay here for a little. He's gonna stay here a couple days, and I think we're gonna do some episodes with him.
Nice.
So,
Cliff,
I should be streaming live right now on my Twitch, but I've been playing Call of Duty for the past minute and I'm destroying people. Oh my God.
yeah, that'd be some good footage.
Oh yeah.
But if you wanna plug your link tree, so everybody can look at all your stuff, you can go ahead and do that.
Can I drop it to you real quick? Because I'm not in the chat or any of that.
You wanna text it to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna text it to you right now.
Sure.
I'm trying to.
A link tree. Sometimes porn, sometimes business.
Yup.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes video games.
Well, they have to put everything in there. Why not?
You got it.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. Just sent it.
You post one video.
Yeah, everybody, I'd love the support. Just come check me out. Check out the Twitch. Send me a follow. That shit's free. Entertaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got my OnlyFans. That's not free, but it's worth it.
That has money attached to it.
It definitely does.
And then all my other social networks, the Twitter's really where it's at if you want to get the buzz in the adult world. But yeah, so it's good being on here, guys. Much love. I hope everyone has a good night.
Thank you. You too, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out and talking. And I'm gonna book my my flight tonight, so it'll be like a one-way out there.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, buddy. You have a good night, man. It's nice talking to you.
Yeah. Later, guys.
All right, but
Good night.
so you could check Cliff Jensen out at linktree.com / the Cliff Jensen. The man,
The myth.
the
the
legend.
Meat,
Yeah.
the meat.
Oh, the meat.
The legend.
The legendary meat. As always, check out our links, www.dumbcoolweird.com. Check out that lovely website where we have wonderful merch for you beautiful people to buy.
We got coffee cups. We got shirts.
Yeah, we got all kinds of funny stuff on there.
Maybe one day jorts.
Yep. And like the man said himself, this is gonna be dropping of the week of the 27th, and I'm gonna of April, and then in the middle of May, I'm gonna be in California.
Yeah.
So if we have any listeners, which we may not have listeners, I'm gonna be out in California. I'm gonna be doing some networking for the podcast out there.
It's okay. Well, I'll be trying to get in with all those other people that I know.
Absolutely. And so I hope you guys have a good night, and comment, rate, subscribe, do the things you need to do on our channels. Check out our link tree.
And most importantly, stay sexy, Atlanta.
Thanks for checking out the Dumb Cool Weird podcast. Go to our website, www.dumbcoolweird.com, to check out our merch and all our social media links. If you want to check out how to support us and our audio podcasts only, and an access to our website and all of our other links for our social media, go to linktree.com, which has Dumb Cool Weird podcast. The link is up below. Hope you guys will check us out. We have new content coming out every single Monday. We have new content coming out every single day. Check it for 9 a.m. Clips, reactions, whatever. We got it coming for you. Hope you come out, check it out. Stay sexy, Atlanta, and keep watching our crap.